happening, guys? On YOLO, got our beer video today. But before we get into the beer, if you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, you like what you see, you want to see more, hit that subscribe button down below for notifications of new videos. Let's get into the beer, man. I got another Monkish beer today, of course, because I got a bunch of them. I'm trying to drink them fresher than if I just left them how I normally would. Though the one I did yesterday could use, I think, another 3 or 4 weeks. It's a little bit green, could use some developing in the can. But today we got a beer from the Monkish. I was gonna say them, but I don't know if I mentioned Monkish or not. So beer from Monkish. It is called Compute. It is a triple IPA coming at 10.2% ABV. This was canned on 9/4/2024. Today it's 10/16/2024, and it says Monkish on the bottom. You got that cool can artwork, man, that old school Macintosh there. So there is, it's down in the bottom corner there, it says Compute, and then over on this side you got the ABV 10.2, and then I wiped it off a little bit by accident just now, but there is the canning date and the little note on the bottom. Let's get this into a glass, see what it looks like, smells like, it tastes like. I'm pretty damn sure this is a hazy IPA because I feel like that's just what Monkish does. Hazy IPAs. I'm not sure if I have ever seen a West Coast IPA from them before, but then also I don't drink or have the opportunity to drink a lot of Monkish beers. So, I mean, they may make some, but I think a lot of their IPAs are hazy IPAs. That is a much better pour than previous videos, poured with just slightly over one finger of head. All the heads from Monkish beers so far, so I've done, what is this, number 3? They all have a very similar head color, man. They're all like this very pale yellow color. This one's actually very pale yellow, and they're not very like soapy or frothy heads. They seem to be a little bit thinner, and they disappear very quickly. The color of this beer, yeah, I mean, falls in line with any hazy IPA. I would say it's like a very light pale orange with a tint of yellow to it. Yeah, there we go. Let's get the aroma. Oh man, the aroma on this one's actually, like, all of them are nice. This one is softer, citrus, not so like zesty, although the last one's zesty. I think the one before that was softer. I could be getting my beers mixed up. I've done, I don't know, probably half a dozen beer videos between the last week or whatever, and hopefully editing, uploading, and not just recording. But the nose on this, it is softer, citrus, like just more, I would say semi-candied, I suppose. Tangerines for sure, not such sharp, zesty citrus. I'm gonna say pineapples. Very, very similar to the other beers, like pineapple, tropical, pineapple, citrus, raw fruit, peaches, nectarines, things like that. Give this a little swirl, see if that uncovers anything else. Okay, a little bit of dankness in there. I'm gonna say, if I had to guess, I would say Mosaic was used in here, just because Mosaic usually gives off that like danky cheese aroma. At least to me, I have a homie that every time Mosaic's in a beer, he tastes like cheese, like taste on the palate, not smell. I'm getting like a dank, cheesy note from Mosaic. Usually danky, cheesy's on and off, but he gets a cheesy flavor from it basically every time. It smells delicious, man. Yeah, let's get to it. Cheers. Yeah. First sip, it had a slight creamy flavor, dankness, maltiness, sweet, not overly sweet, not yet at least, because that was my first sip. Citrus, but not like, it kind of follows the nose. Softer, semi-candied, tangerines. Let's get over. Basically, the palate follows the nose. You get rock fruit. I'm gonna say peaches, nectarines, kind of a combination of the two. Pineapples. I'm getting sweet pineapples. Slight dankiness. slight hoppiness, kind of like in the middle, then towards the back. No, I'm not going to say slight. It is definitely present. It's not too hoppy. It's still a hazy IPA. It still has that sweet maltiness from being a triple, I assume. Still has that. Yeah, delicious beer, man. So far, at least. Semi creamy mouthfeel. I wouldn't say it's like, you know, crazy. It's just maybe half a step above water consistency. But there is malty sweetness in here. It's not overpowering. Like I said, man, I'm not a huge fan of like malty sweet IPAs. I can see that being in barley wines because, you know, that's just kind of what barley wine is malty and it's sweet. But for an IPA, I like it not so malty, not so sweet. Sweetness is cool and maltiness is fine. I get it, but it gets to a certain extent where I'm like, this is not very enjoyable. Not the case here. I like this. If it was any more of those two things, it may not be as enjoyable to me. But at the moment, I think it's good. Hopefully it doesn't get much more than this, you know, as it ages, because I do have more cans of this, and there's only so much triple IPA, like, you know, 10 plus ABV beers you can drink at a time. So hopefully it doesn't get much more than that. I would say some herbaceous spice kind of towards the front of the flavor profile there as well, and then it kind of fades out into that hoppiness that's like the mid to the finish. And like I said, the finish on this beer is pretty darn long. You may not be getting all those fruit flavors that last throughout the entire duration of it, but you definitely do get that hoppiness. I wouldn't say it's crazy hoppy. It's just like, you know, it's just present. And along with that, you get some pineapple goodness to go with it too. So it's not just hoppiness throughout by itself. But yeah, the after effects, I guess, as the flavor kind of tapers off, you definitely still get lingered with that tropical aroma. Like, just from me speaking, I can definitely pick up from, you know, my breath that it is a tropical tasting, tropical smelling beer. It all adds to, you know, the experience, the pleasure of drinking it. The alcohol content, 10.2% ABV. You get that. Does it translate over as a 10+% ABV beer? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say it's more like 8.5. Excuse me. You definitely lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? You definitely get the alcohol, but it is not as strong of a flavor as it really is. So, and you know me, I enjoy that. So, yeah, drinking pretty nicely, I would say. I still think the first triple IPA, I don't remember what it's called, man. The first triple IPA I had, I think, I don't know. I don't want to even say that because I don't remember. I just had the double IPA yesterday, and I said that needs to be in the can for a little longer. It's still a little green. Drinkable, but not as enjoyable as if it was, you know, not as green. So I'm going to leave that for a little bit. But this is, I think, it's good. You should be drinking it now. What was this, 9? I forgot when it was canned. 9/4. Today's 10. Yeah, so like about a month. Almost a month and a half. Almost about a month and a half. I would say this is drinking pretty damn good. And I gotta remember that this is, you know, a triple is a high ABV beer, because usually by the time I'm done recording a video, I'm like either halfway done with the beer or about 2/3 of the way done with the beer. So I gotta remember to, you know, kind of slow it down, sip it, enjoy it a little bit longer. It's not just because it's triple. For this, yes, I should, but then also, you know, for all the other beers too, because at the end of the video, I'm like, damn, man, I drank a lot of that beer. I kind of wish I didn't drink so much, and then I can, you know, kind of slow it down, just enjoy it a little bit more off camera. Anyways, man, that was Monkish Compute, a triple IPA, 10.2% ABV. You guys like the video? Thumbs up, comments, questions below, and as always, dream big dreams and believe all things are possible. Thank you for watching. Cheers.